Hi YouTube, Mochismo Eugene. Welcome to another video from Exit Strategy. I got a story I want to tell you guys. When I was, this is post-awakening, maybe a year, 2 years ago. I don't know, I lose track of the time. And, you know, when you're dealing with so many of these people, just got finished playing with a dog. So, you know, when you're like so many different instances, whether they're relationship, engagements, interactions, a pursuit of a dating situation, or just getting to know someone in your day-to-day life, it's always so many of these incidents, whereas when you try to recall or recount the incident, it's cloudy as to dates, the length and time that's passed. So bear with me. I think it's around 2 years ago. It could have been a year and a half. I don't know. At least over a year. At least, probably a little bit longer. And this individual, listen very carefully. This individual, she worked at a financial institution, and she doted on, I'm the head, blah, 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 in charge. They throw that out there without you even asking them. They want you to know that they're in charge. Okay, that's the first sign of an ego and grandiose. You know, a lot of us will say, you know, I do this or that nonchalantly. Some of us will be even giddy about it. Some of us will be even excited about it, because that's an accomplishment that we take pride in. We're proud of that. But there's a difference in how that pride in that thing, it doesn't linger into yet another ego trip, another grandiose pat me on the back type thing. So you'll see a trend, you'll see a pattern with a narcissist. They will continually bombard you with all their accreditations, their resume. They will load you up with it like you're interviewing them for a job for the CIA. And so you'll find it intriguing, but now you're post-awakening, you'll find it stomach churning, because undeniably you'll surmise this person is mounting up the cues and the signs of a narcissist. So even at that stage, you start to squirm a little bit in your skin. But in this instance, I got to know this person. And such is life. We all have humanistic urges. And so I found myself, she's a much mature lady as far as age go in my age group. So that was another reason why I found myself giving this person more and more of my time, which equals into my energy. I was just casually, would see her when I would go into the financial institution, and just kind of cordially talking, and knowing all the time, mind you, that I knew undoubtedly that this was a narcissist. Now, I'm not going to belabor the story, but I just wanted to set the tone for how, and the intricacies of how myself, and probably many of you, when you're post-awakening, you engage in some sort of relationship or friendship or conversation, interaction, knowing all full well that you probably should disengage sooner rather than later. And in this instance, this ends in a good way, in a comical way. But it doesn't always end that way, because you find yourself, the longer you spend time invested with these people, the harder and the more difficulties are put up, and you give yourself more reasons to stay invested rather than just to pull the plug. And once you get beyond that threshold, whereas you should have pulled back and ceased and desist, it is sometimes not in your favor once in fact you try to disengage, because they don't go quietly. You know that. They hate the word no. So anyway, fast forwarding, got to know this individual, interacted with them, blah, blah, blah. Got into a little bit of a, cordial visitation, hung out with him a little bit, this, that, and the other. And the more I began to, I'll just say, tolerate being in the presence of this person, the more I began to dislike myself. Because I knew what I knew. And I had actually found myself not going to that financial institution for months and months on end, just because I had come to a point where I knew I need to just not make them miss me, but just become a thing of the past. And you would think they're not going to reach out to you most often once they know they got you. But when you become to a point where you start pulling back, you'll get a random text. And this was one of those situations where the random text came in. Hey, stranger. And this is what I did. And if you want to rid yourself of a narcissist that you know is a narcissist, or you have a strong belief that they're a narcissist and you're already invested, and before shit hit the fan, you would want to do this, and it works. They text me, hey, stranger, haven't heard from you in a while. And my reply was, in that instance, like I told you, my stomach became very just churning all the time, just because I knew that this individual was detestable. Nobody could do anything right around her at her job. She was the best at everything. So anyway, I replied. This is how I replied. I'm paraphrasing. He is doing very well at the moment, and we are delighted that you reached out to check on him. We do hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you again. Now, I did that purposely because that just kicked in my mind when that text came in, because I really didn't want to play the game anymore. It was all to lose and nothing to gain. I don't care if you looking at them, they have a body to die for, or he has muscles like something out of a comic strip. You need to understand. I don't care how much money he has or she has. I don't care how beautiful her teeth are. I don't care how intellectual they sound or behave. I don't care the circle of friends they have. You must cease and desist from a narcissist once you've indicated that they are. You don't want to be friends from a distance, I'm telling you. And so when I text this, the reply was, you won't be hearing from me again. No, I won't be texting you again, or I won't be bothering you again. Something to that effect in that statement from them. And I don't, if you could like say, you could tell they were angry, or you try to envision a text on the demeanor and the hostility or the tone. I would probably suggest she wasn't yelling, she wasn't screaming, she just was a little bit put off. And this was what that was designed to do. I wanted to cut the cord. And this is how you need to do it. This is one of the reasons how you should, one of the ways that you can do it, okay? Just a suggestion, because I'm going to tell you, I haven't heard crickets or anything since. And I no longer went to the financial institution. My account that I had with them, which was just an extra account or whatever. I don't know how I acquired the account. I forget. Maybe it was a tax time that I had some tax that went through that bank, the direct deposit, something. But I didn't really need it anymore. So I just let it stay stagnant. And then I get a letter at some point saying your account is closed because of no activity. And I will always believe they had something, the narcissist had something to do with it, hand typed it or whatever. and sent it to me as like, we're done with you. Because that's how they like to roll. They need to end it on their terms. But they didn't. And I don't feel no ways put off by the fact that I did this, because this has to be done, man. You have to protect your energy. You have to protect your aura. You have to protect your state of mind, because these people will erode your state of mind just because you're involved with them in the minimalist of ways, because they want you on their mind. They want you to have them on your mind. They want you to think about them. And this is why you'll get a text out of the blue here and there, because they need to keep you on the hook, among other people. And you'll find, like I am now post-awakening, I rarely have enough time to do, well, I won't say have enough time. I allot myself the time to do what I need to do. Since I've gotten terminated from the job I had, which was a very substantial amount of income, but I adjusted, and it's nothing like when I was employed, making a 40-hour work week, the consistency of payday. But I'm going to tell you, man, God provides for me, and life could be a lot better, but I'm not even complaining, because in time, I know my Father will take care of everything. He always has and always will, and that's not cliche. So I really just want you guys to know in this video, you really need to cease and desist sooner rather than later. And you really need to not have any type of interaction with a narcissist. If in fact you've indicated that they are, you have to have a minimal amount of interaction with them. And many of us have always said, from the experts to the amateurs like me, it's synonymous. When you have to interact with them, you have to let your yes be yes, your no be no, no deviation. You have to pretty much have a subtle, stern stand in your truth and line in the sand. That is all boundary. You have to determine within yourself that you are going to say with you what you mean and mean what you say. And like someone told me, just don't be mean when you say it. Say what you mean what you say, and not be mean when you say it. Because they look for emotions, they look for body language, they look for anything that gives off to them that you are appalled at them. And if you can stay stoic, I use that word a lot, stay stoic. It is hard to read a stoic, demeanor. You don't have to practice it. You just have to elevate, educate yourself about who these people are, and at the same time, become very in tune with who you are. Do these things that you've always wanted to do, as simple as they might be. I said about knitting. I said about building a birdhouse, building a doghouse. Just something that you've never done. You've always thought, man, I'd like to do that. You can go on YouTube. Now it's affordable. You can just watch someone else do it step by step and go do it. Mess up, start over. And that's what a lot of us are afraid to do. We're afraid of making mistakes and messing up. That is the fear of a challenge. I know all about it. I know that you have to challenge yourself, because if you don't challenge yourself, this world will. And a narcissist damn sure will challenge you. They will work on your nerve, I'm telling you. So that is all I want to talk about in this video. I think I wanted to say a lot more on another topic, but I think this is adequately enough for the moment. So that is a good approach to trying to cut the cord with a narcissist, when and if you determine that they are a narcissist and they reach out to you through text. And this is obviously, from that text, I gave them the illusion that that was a female that was in my presence that was texting them. And that's why I thought it was so comical when they replied, "You won't be hearing from me again." And that's a win. That being said, bless.